Let's have a look at Flex Radio's Power Genius amplifier. The Power Genius amplifier, the PGXL, produced by Flex Radio, is a 160 meter through to 6 meter legal limit or 1500 watt output HF amplifier. It's designed to integrate with any 6000 series Flex radio with just a simple LAN connection, making this a great amplifier in any home or any remote station. Gone are the days of multiple adapter cables that you either have to buy or make up or solder, and then figure out really how to make them work. We've done it all for you. The amplifier seamlessly integrates with Smart SDR for Windows, the Maestro, Smart SDR for iOS on the iPhone and the iPad, and Dog Park SDR. The PGXL also will work with and band track either by frequency only, or you can integrate it to any Icom, Kenwood, Yaesu, or Elecraft radio, although you will have to make up those cables that I mentioned earlier. The PGXL has a feature no other amplifier has called MEFA, or Maximum Efficiency Algorithm. MEFA, which is firmware in the PGXL amplifier, will automatically adjust the bias of the amplifier to ensure the most efficient mode of operation. And here at Flex, we know that your amplified signal being clean is very important to you. Now, every amplifier today produces harmonics. And harmonics are bad, so they're generally captured in the amplifier to ensure they're not radiated out your antenna. Other amplifiers, that RF energy gets trapped between the low-pass filter in the amplifier and the power amplifier. And while it ping-pongs back and forth until it dissipates, it can cause some distortion in your transmitted signal. With the use of the high-pass filters and the harmonic dummy load in the Power Genius, we actually capture those harmonics and funnel them over to a dummy load, again, in the amplifier. And we do that with the use of high-pass filters for every band to ensure those harmonics are not radiated and also do not possibly distort your signal. This will give you one of the cleanest amplified signals possible. Through the rest of this video, I'll take you through some of the highlights of the amplifier. So here we go. Let's have a look at the front panel at the PGXL. This is a handle. You can carry this. This whole front is really tough and really beefy, you know, and as I said probably earlier, you could drive a truck over the amplifier. It's made pretty tough. This is the display on the PGXL. We have a power SWR, peak current draw, some voltages and temperatures. I'm plugged into 110 right now, and the status of the two radios that are connected, whether it's A or B. Pretty concise information. A lot of that becomes readily apparent when we go through the desktop layout. You'll see fairly similar data available, so we'll talk more about that there. The button on the side, which you saw in the earlier picture, allows me to put it back in standby. And you can also do this remotely from the Maestro, the radio, or the iPad, and take the amplifier in and out of standby operation. After a few moments, you'll see this display dim. Our voltages are shut down to 0 volts, or so still see our line voltage at 119 volts. The no network cable is because I don't have a LAN cable plugged into it at the moment. Let's have a look at the back of the PGXL. Here's the bigger picture. We can see the interface part, power on-off switch, and the heat sinks and cooling fans all exit here. Now if we zoom in, we'll see it's pretty clean back. We've got the RF connections for the A side and the B side required if you have if you're using two radios or a Flex 6600 or a 6700, because this is a full duplex amplifier. You can be transmitting on the A side while you're listening on the B side. So you can be on 20 if you're an SO2 operator, transmitting on 20 while you're monitoring 40 or 15 meters or something like that. Or if you had two other radios from different vendors, you could also interface that. So that's what the importance of that is. On the side here, we've got these BNC connectors, which are minus 60 dB carrier outputs. They're used for monitoring RF signals, test equipment, or whatever you'd like. Here's the hard part. Let me interface it to my Flex radio. What's that going to take? This cable. This network cable. I plug it into the amplifier like this, and we're connected to my Flex radio, and the interface is over. No push to talk, everything that's done that way. Now, for the rest of you who have Icom, Kenwood, Yaesu, Elecraft, you get to deal with all these connectors. So we can deal with CAT, which is used by Kenwood and Elecraft, Kenwood format. You can deal with band data for our Yaesu format, which is a high-density 15-pin connector. It's a little hard to see here. You can deal with CIV data, which is the Icom interface method. And then these are your push-to-talk leads, the red being the inputs to the A side or the B side, and the whites being an output, should you want to key some other item downstream. That's the back of the Flex PGXL amplifier. So let's have a look at the desktop side of the PGXL interface. There's an application you can download from our website once you have your amplifier. And you'll start it up and it'll immediately find the amplifier on your network, assuming you plugged it into your network and turn the power on. Quite simply, I'm going to connect to that and we're up and running. There is the control panel for the amplifier. Let's go into look at the business part. I know it's like looking at the back of a radio, but this part's pretty interesting. There's the IP address of my radio. In a Flex radio world, we just pick the radio. It's just a drop down. This will be populated with your Flex radio. And in my case, I'm using a 6600M, so I'll have the antenna 1 assigned to the A side, port A, antenna 1, port B, antenna 2, and my push to talk is going to be LAN and LAN. If you wanted to use MEFA, you can turn that on here. You can decide your fan mode, standard contest, or broadcast mode if you happen to be in the broadcast business, or you're running an RTTY contest and you really want those fans running high. If you were using Icom, Kenwood, Yaesu, or Elecraft type radios, this is where you set the configuration for those devices. And so the network, and that's it. Now we're on the air. We want to turn the amplifier on. I just click like that, and the amplifier's up and running. Let's just move this out of the way. Also, look here now. We have a new window again that shows forward power, SWR, and a temperature of the amplifier. No other radio does this beautiful full integration. It's pretty cool. And then if you want to operate, we can turn that on and off here, as I mentioned. Let's get rid of that. But also down here in the bottom, I just have to click this operate button. It goes in and out of operate. Pretty slick. With the entire Flex radio integration, you can see in this picture of my iPhone that I have full control over the amplifier. I can take it into operate, out of operate, and see the status of the amplifier. This is again the beauty of the entire Flex radio station integration, all done with simple LAN cables and Wi-Fi. Okay, quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. All right, take one.
Hi, it's Mike from Flex Radio, and I'm here with John, who does our QA on the PGXL amplifiers when they come in. Hey, John. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you all?
Not too bad. What do you do when an amplifier comes in? And this is
take two.
G'day, it's Mike from Flex Radio, and I'm here with John in our QA department for the PGXL amplifier. And John, what do you do when an amplifier comes in off the pallet and you have to move these 43-pound devices?
Well, first of all, the QA process doesn't actually start here. And so the first part of the QA process is making sure that the manufacturer has thoroughly tested all of the modules and it meets all the compliance according to the specs before it even makes it out of the way of the manufacturer. And so I'm actually a second tier of that QA process. So when I receive the PGXLs in, I'll unpack them, I'll do a visual inspection, making sure that there wasn't any issues with shipping. And then I'll go ahead and power the PGXL up, and I'll just do another second round of incoming tests to verify that it's making power, verify it has connectivity, and to make sure that this thing is solid and ready for a customer's first out of the box great experience when they power it on and get busy playing with it.
Well, that's excellent, and we've seen great quality coming from the guys over across the pond from 403A, right?
Yeah, these things are built like a tank, and I mean they really are built to withstand a lot of use and just a lot of fun. And so it's exciting to see these things really getting out into the field and being used for all different types of applications and fun. We were talking about this yesterday. We're pretty sure you could drive a truck over one and it would probably survive. I'm pretty sure. I know. These things, like I said, they weigh 43 pounds and they're solid. I mean, from the power supplies to the PA, heat sinks, all the things they're built to be used hard. And so, yeah, it's definitely a well-built amplifier. That's awesome, John. Thanks for your time this morning. Welcome. Thanks.
So there you go. There's the overview of Flex Radio's PGXL built by 403A. If you want to learn some more, you can go to the website, flexradio.com, and if you hit the products here and drop that down, you'll see the amplifier link. You can click on it, and we're there. If you want to have a look at some of the documentation or stuff, we can go into support and downloads. And the download area is pretty powerful. Lots of things you can search on here in this search box, but if we go to the directory listing of files, open up the Power Genius and then the documentation, and there's a brochure, the quick start guide, and the user guide. And lastly, in our store, and you get to the store by clicking on the shopping cart here, just click on the shopping cart, and you can hit, this is a search bar with a little magnifying glass. Just type in PGXL and click your mouse on the icon and it'll come up. And we currently have them available. So again, thank you for your time, and if you need to reach out to us directly, you can email us at sales@flexradio.com or call us directly at 512-535-4713 and select option 1. My name is Mike, 73. Good DX.